not hyperbole. Everything he's saying makes sense.
Yeah. There's no reason for me to go back there. I've been considering going back just because you don't want to
Girly.
abandon this city that you like so much, and people that are staying there are saying like
Do you own the
everyone
apartment?
left. No, thank God.
Woo!
But I signed
Dodge
on
that
for
bullet. How long?
a year lease that started March 1st.
Oh, yikes.
The most expensive apartment. I like truly paying 3 times the rent that I've ever paid, because I was supposed to have a really good year because I was going on a theater tour that ended.
God
So
damn.
I'm out a lot of money every month, and I'm trying to find a sublease. We keep like lowering the rent. I mean, it's just I'm just out a year.
That was the thing in Altucher's piece. It said that the New York City rental rates have gone down 50%, which is crazy.
I was looking for an apartment in January and February. Just wish if I would have waited a month, I could have saved so much. So yeah, I've got an empty place there. My assistant's just living there, and it's all my stuff is just sitting there in storage. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go.
At least your assistant's there.
Yeah, it's nice. Someone's there, but it's
This must be weird for
stuff,
her
man.
too, because it's an empty city. It's like weird moving around there.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I don't know. I don't know what you do all day.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about living in New York is that you have a small apartment, because you're just out doing stuff all the time. Now you can't do anything,
So you're just in a shitty apartment.
so you're just in. I mean, my apartment's pretty nice. I never got to step foot in it before, but apparently it's nice. Same building Attell lives in, I guess.
I have had. You guess? You never asked him?
Well, no. Well, she just told me. I think I saw Attell the other day,
Oh.
so I think he's in there.
Maybe
Would've been
buying
nice.
cigarettes. There was a bunch of podcasts that have done about apocalyptic disasters and downfall of civilizations and like the Mayans and the Egyptians and asteroid impacts.
And we're
that
right on
destroyed-
course.
But no, but I was always looking at those, going, "Wow, it's fascinating. That's fascinating." But I never thought in my life that I would see something relatively minor in terms of like the amount of destruction it's done, but to human life in terms of like it's worse than a flu, but it's not like the pandemic of 1918 or any of these other horrific disasters that have happened. But to see such an effect that it has on our civilization, you go, well, what if there was like an asteroid impact, or what if there was a solar flare? How much worse would it be? It could get a lot worse.
Yeah, I think I'm so scared. I've always thought that we were gonna live to see the end.
Did you really?
I do think that.
Why?
People always go, why? Nikki, every generation thinks they're gonna live to see the end, and it never happens, And I go, well, someone's gonna be around for it. There will be people here when the asteroid hits, when the super volcano erupts, when
The
there's
aliens land.
when the aliens land,
Yeah.
or when they tell us that they've been here a while, when they finally reveal that they've been here.
Is that what you think?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think so. I think
They're here.
Yeah. I think if there was an island that had chimps that were figuring out dynamite, we'd keep a close eye on them.
Yeah.
If there's a bunch of like advanced chimps, like right now we have primates, like lower primates. We have monkeys, we have chimps, we have gorillas, and then we have humans. There's nothing in between that used to be there, right? But what if we found an island and it did have like Australopithecus, and they had maybe they had spears, or maybe they had some primitive weapons, and we were keeping an eye on them, and someone had figured out dynamite, and they would be studying them so closely.
But they
Right?
wouldn't stop them in their
Why would they
tracks.
stop dynamite? Like, let them watch. Let's see what happens. I think they wouldn't.
They're just gonna watch us destroy ourselves before
No,
they even.
I think nuclear weapons is where they stepped in. And if you pay attention to the timeline of ufology, when you look at the UFO history of sightings and of like the really big sightings,
Yeah.
all of them came post the Manhattan Project. So once I think once we started detonating nukes, they're like, "Yo, these monkeys are lit. Like, what are they doing? These fucking crazy assholes. They found a spot in Nevada and they're just detonating bombs all the time to see how they work."
Well, why are they just like kind of being seen sometimes, slipping up? We see them, and then sometimes they're not. Like, why? What's going on there with
Well-
sightings? Why are they messing up?
I don't think they are messing up.
They want us to know that.
I don't think they're terribly concerned about us seeing them, but I don't think they visit that often. Because I don't look at like I was just reading about this scientific research. It was Forrest Galante had this scientific research where they found this mouse that they thought had been extinct since 1968. It's this weird sort of kangaroo-like tiny rodent. It has like kangaroo legs and it bounces around. And you know, this is something that people will go and they'll study, but they didn't find it since 1968. So how many people are studying it? Not that many, right?
Right.
So how many aliens? There's a little fucker. Look at him.
It's so cute.
Adorable. He's
Look
crazy.
at his little anteater nose.
Yeah, I know. It's a very. And they thought that this.
They thought this guy was gone.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's back.
So it says, imagine a creature the size of a rat related to an elephant with the legs of a kangaroo that's been lost to science since 1968. That's the Somali Senji, an adorable elephant shrew recently discovered in, boy, say that word, Djibouti? Djibouti. Researchers from Duke Lemur Center Association, Djibouti Nature, and the Cal Academy found that the Somali Senji not only still exists, but appears to be doing well. The population numbers appear to be quite high. So, but my point is, like, how many people were looking for that thing? It's like a small handful of scientists. Well, how many aliens would come here? How many?
Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe
small
it's
handful.
yeah, not that
Occasionally.
many.
Yeah.
We're that little mouse
Yeah.
to
I think so.
alien.
I think we're probably more interesting than the mouse because obviously we have the ability to manipulate
was
matter. Pretty cute.
Pretty cute.
Adorable.
I could watch that thing just scamper about all day.
But we're dangerous. We have the ability to destroy all life on the planet. Like if Russia shot at us and we shot at them, and then China jumped in and said fuck it, it's over, and everybody just started pressing the nuke buttons, this whole planet would be wiped out of life. We'd be relegated to bacteria.
Right.
Quickly.
What does it matter to them if we destroy ourselves? They need us for something.
This is the question. Why are we so different from all the other animals on the planet? Why? If you talk to evolutionary biologists, there's a clear path between lower hominids and human beings. But it's not a path that you could detail every single step of the way, and there's some giant holes. And one of the big holes is the size of the human brain. The human brain doubled over a period of 2 million years, which is apparently, if you talk to biologists, the biggest mystery in the entire fossil record. They have no idea why. Because not only is it a crazy thing that an organ doubles in size over a period of 2 million years, but it's the very organ that came up with the idea of evolution in the first place. It's the organ that thinks. It's the organ that recognizes consciousness. It's the organ that recognizes creativity and allows people to invent things and innovation and all of the different things that are responsible for all the crazy technology that separates human beings from all the other animals. All comes from this one thing, the human mind.
The brain.
And this human brain is the one organ
This comes
that
from my
baffles
brain.
scientists. They have no idea what happened. There's all these theories about, well, maybe it was psychedelic drugs, like that was Terence McKenna's theory, that it was the consumption of psychedelic mushrooms. And then it's other people's theory that it was, well, we figured out fire, we started cooking our foods, we had more access to nutrients, and then hunting made people more clever, and so the more clever ones survived, and the ones that had the larger brain size, that mutation was favored, and natural selection favored larger brains, and then we started. Another theory is that we're manipulated. Another theory is that these aliens came here eons ago, and they found these primitive primates, and they started genetically manipulating them.
Probably.
And they created human beings. Now, what makes it interesting to me is that human beings are so different everywhere. So different. We're like dogs, in that all dogs can fuck each other and make baby dogs.
Right.
And all people can fuck each other and make baby people, but we look so different. Like, Shaquille O'Neal can have sex with a 4'10" Chinese lady and make a baby.
Yeah.
If you looked at animals, a Great Dane can have sex with a Chihuahua, if it's possible, or a Bulldog, and make this. Like, if you looked at a wolf and you looked at a poodle, you'd go, there's no way that's the same thing.
Right.
But it is the same thing.
Yeah.
It is the same thing.
So why are we different than dogs?
But why is it the same thing? It's the same thing because we manipulated them.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason why there are
Other breeds.
German Shepherds.
We forced them
and
to
golden
fuck each
retrievers.
other.
Yeah, we made them that way. We made them through manipulation. We slowly but surely turned them, and we don't even know how.
So someone breeded us.
Someone very possibly could have done something to human beings which changed us from these lower hominids and turned us into a bunch of different versions of what we call human beings.
Right.
I mean, that's my
I kind of
moronic
like that.
theory.
No, that's
But
not.
it's an odd thing. Like, do you know that most hybrids, like even bass, like there's bass where like a largemouth bass will breed with a smallmouth bass and they'll make this hybrid, but the hybrids aren't viable. They don't become a separate species. That's the thing about like donkeys. Like a donkey, is it a mule has sex with a horse and that creates a donkey, or is it a horse has sex with a donkey and that creates a mule? Between a horse and a donkey. Okay, that's it. So it's
Okay.
a mule is a cross between a horse and a donkey, but they're sterile. They don't breed.
So why even have a mule?
Because
Why do we need it?
because they're better for riding.
Okay.
They're more durable. Like in the Wild West, they like to cross those two, and then people would, like a lot of the cowboys from the Wild West, like even some of the Texas Rangers, they rode mules.
Better transport.
You
But-
hold on a second. Which one? How does it? Go back to where? Which one is it again? The horse and horse and a donkey makes a mule. Yeah. So
Okay.
mules are more durable than horses. They require less water. They can last longer. Mules gets its athletic ability from a horse and its intelligence from a donkey. So mules
What's up, girl?
were what a lot of these Wild West guys.
Hello.
would
What are you
prefer.
doing, squirrel butt?
Okay.
What's your deal?
Mules have smoother muscles than horses. Think of a football player's muscle build compared to that of a ballerina's. Both are very strong, but a mule has great